The brave little squirrel. Deep within the heart of a lush green forest, where tall trees whispered secrets to the wind and sunbeams danced through the leaves, lived a tiny squirrel named Nibbles. Nibbles wasn't like the other squirrels. He was smaller, quieter, and sometimes a little shy. Autumn had arrived, turning the forest into a breathtaking canvas of reds, oranges, and shimmering golds. Birds chirped goodbye as they flew south, and the animals busily prepared for the long winter ahead. Nibbles scampered from tree to tree, collecting shiny brown acorns and hiding them in the safest spots he could find. Under roots, inside hollow logs, even behind thick patches of moss. Though he worked hard every day, a little part of him still worried. Will I have enough? Will I be warm? Will I be alone? He often wondered as the cold wind began to nip at his fur. One crisp morning, while Nibbles was searching for acorns beneath a pile of crunchy leaves, he heard something unusual. A loud thump, followed by a soft whimper. Curious and a bit concerned, Nibbles followed the sound. As he hopped through the ferns and peeked past the bushes, he saw a surprising sight. It was Fluffy, the biggest, fluffiest rabbit in the entire forest. But something was wrong. Fluffy was stuck. His large thumping back leg had gotten tangled in a thick thorny bush. No matter how much he wriggled or kicked, the sharp thorns dug deeper. His soft white fur was getting caught, and tears welled up in his eyes. "Oh no," gasped Nibbles. "Hang on, Fluffy. I'll help." Now Nibbles was nervous. Fluffy was so big, and those thorns looked so sharp. But he drew in a deep breath and dashed boldly into the bush. With his tiny sharp teeth, Nibbles began chewing through the tangled branches and thorny vines. The thorns scratched him, poked his paws, and tugged at his fur, but he didn't stop, not once. "Almost there," Nibbles huffed between bites. "Just a little more." After what felt like forever, the last thorn snapped. Fluffy's leg was free. He stumbled out of the bush, blinking in disbelief. You did it!" Fluffy exclaimed, his voice trembling with gratitude. "You saved me." And before Nibbles could even speak, Fluffy scooped him into a giant bunny hug, so warm and fluffy that it nearly buried him. From that day forward, Nibbles and Fluffy were the best of friends, never apart. They played together, explored the forest side by side, and told stories by the moonlight. As the first snowflakes began to fall and the forest settled into a winter hush, Nibbles felt a warmth in his heart he hadn't felt before. He wasn't scared anymore, because now he wasn't alone. Fluffy invited Nibbles to stay with him in his cozy burrow, where the walls were lined with soft leaves and sweet-smelling hay. They shared their food, laughed through the coldest nights, and made plans for springtime adventures. And every time the wind howled or the snow piled high, Nibbles would look at his new best friend and smile, because he had learned something important. That bravery isn't about being big. It's about having the heart to help, even when you are scared. And that even the tiniest squirrel can make the big difference. The end.